Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Oshi no Ko X Tensura by StaciaPLE Chapter 6, The Downfall? The moment Ai's career was put into jeopardy was something I, Hoshino Ruby, can never forget. Everything was moving too fast, too chaotic, and in a way incredibly violent. Fans immediately started to storm the dome since they knew we hadn't left. Why they knew was beyond me. After that, I disappeared for quite some time. Even Ichigo and Miyako-san couldn't track her down. It was a whole ordeal. I could faintly remember Rimuru fainting and being rushed home. Aqua wasn't all too happy about it either. From his expression alone, something within him changed. But it was only after I had returned after a week and confronted the media about her secret Aqua indeed became someone else. I and Rimuru were both facing the brunt of the hate since both were in the movie's spotlight. Aqua's facial expressions twisted every time any one of the two had gotten severe insults. Naturally, even I was extremely angry.
Ichigo said this at that press conference. How dare you people blame a kid that's barely past infancy like this? I attended this press conference to atone for the sins I have committed against our fans by hiding this, but I did not come here to hear you people utter those cruel words to a child. Ichigo's outburst continued. I tried to calm him down, but Ichigo saw I and Rimuru as his daughter and granddaughter. He did not let anything slide. All sense of professionalism seemed to vanish from him that day.
After that day, Ichigo stepped down as president. Miyako-san inherited the agency and continued working towards preventing the complete downfall of Ai's career. Rimuru once said to me that the reason why Strawberry Productions is still in business is because those reporters all had human hearts. For a time, I was confused by what she meant. I only thought that Rimuru looked saddened and looked at the entertainment industry as nothing but a pitiable existence. Every day, Rimuru was scouted to star in a film, but she rejected them all. She wasn't harsh with her words, but instead referenced Ai's career on the fragility of a
star's career. I'm sorry. Rimuru refuses to appear in anything. Not even by you, Director Gatanda. Miyako-san was the one that confronted every media member that tried to put Rimuru in something, one way or another.
There was even that one time Aqua himself came forward and outright denied any chance of them succeeding at their recruitments. Speaking of Aqua, he changed a lot. He became very overprotective of everyone, including Rimuru and me. When we reached middle school, lots and lots of boys hit on Rimuru, but none of them ever tried again after Aqua had dealt with them. Rimuru tried to stop Aqua, and after speaking thoroughly with him, Rimuru and Aqua reached an understanding. I couldn't get anything they were saying, so I was honestly at a loss. In the end, they kept me busy with snacks and food every time they had serious discussions. And as for the biggest victim, I herself did not change much. She was still as bright as ever. But all three of us still hate the fact that her career had been cut short so suddenly. We grew closer as a family since I wasn't busy with her idol activities anymore. She rarely got jobs, if any at all. We lived off of her savings for a while, but the money wouldn't last forever. Aqua had taken up several part-time jobs, but his main one was being the director's apprentice and assistant. Aqua was adamant about earning a living. And of course, being the brightest of us three, Rimuru was not one to stand by while doing nothing. Miyako-san gave Rimuru a job as a model since she was also trying her best to support our family. She essentially forced us to live with her. Everyone was so adamant about something, I felt so useless.
Every time I wanted to work or find a part-time job, everyone would say no.
They underestimate me too much, though. I appreciate them giving me the freedom to do what I want. Because of that, I've been practicing to become an idol every single day. Mom even coached me sometimes. She said she was happy that I was aiming for the same path as her. She looked happy every time we were practicing, but even I could see the sadness that was in her heart. Many years have passed since that incident. To this day, I still regret not being able to do anything during that day. Time's passed, and now everyone's mostly forgotten about the incident. But for me, it feels like it was yesterday Ai's career did a complete 180. The backlash was severe, but nobody had the guts to try anything else after what Ichigo-san said to the press. I guess the reporters were sympathetic to us and decided to release either fake info or no info at all. I can remember that Ichigo got so heated because they were targeting their words at me. I didn't know what to do at that time, so I just stayed silent and hugged Ai for dear life. In any case, I have this life to live now, it'd be a waste to not do anything. Our family became a regular family after Ai's fame died down. Thanks to that, we've had many fun and close times with Ai. We learned a lot about Ai and got closer to her because she stayed at home a lot more than before. Damn it. Why did Mom have to have that kind of end? As we were sitting in McDonald's, I began yet again another complaint session. Aqua, I know you know who told the media Mom's secret, tell me who it is. I'll burn them to a crisp. Aqua looked at me with contempt, that's precisely why I won't. I'm working with the director to find out who told the media. As I have told you before, that person who knocked on our door before Mom's Dome concert was not the one that told the media.
Aqua seems to have a lot of information at hand, but he won't share any of it with me or Ruby. So, no one else knew Mom had kids, so that leaves our father to be the only option. Aqua's facial expression twisted the moment I mentioned father. I told you, I don't know yet. I can't confirm if it was our father. And even if I did, I won't tell.
Same old Aqua. He's been incredibly secretive about certain things ever since that incident. If he would just share his information, I would certainly be happy. I was hoping to go on a witch hunt if my hunches were confirmed. Stingy as always. You always do my difficult homework, but you can't tell me this simple thing. We made a deal. You do the housework, I do your homework. Aqua smirked. Plus, I'm a lot smarter than you, so I'm even doing you a service by boosting your grades. I couldn't say anything back. He was right. Chores became easy for me since I lived alone for most of my years back when I was Satoru, so Aqua's point is solid. I don't think I've ever once come close to a failing grade since Aqua started doing my homework. Okay, fine. You made your point. I took a deep sigh to let Aqua know I give up. Ruby, what do you want for lunch? Ruby was silent the whole time Aqua and I were talking, but she was resting her head on my shoulder while browsing through her phone. I'm fine with whatever you get, sis. We ordered some food and enjoyed it thoroughly. After we were done, we left the restaurant and headed home. Sis, can we do dance practice again? I've auditioned for this agency that's recruiting idols, but I want to get it off my mind. Can we? I almost spit out the juice I was drinking. When did you audition? Ruby was quite open to me about her life, but she never mentioned she auditioned for something like this. There's no way I'm gonna let her in that agency. Just yesterday. I couldn't tell you earlier because you were busy with your job. Aqua and I probably made faces that looked like the whole world was ending. Ruby barely noticed it, but she didn't ask about our expressions. What a good kid. I mean, if you want to, IW won't stop you. Rimuru, your arms are shaking. Aqua so obviously pointed out. This isn't good. That's the last thing I want Ruby to do. I may or may not have joined in on their training sessions with Mom, but this is happening too fast and too suddenly. I should calm down and think this through. Ruby, are you sure about this? You do know that being an idol isn't as great as it sounds. I know, brother. I've heard you say that a lot these past days. Both started to argue. It was a similar argument to the ones they had these past few months. Since Ruby had expressed her interest in joining an agency, Aqua had become more and more against her decisions. Although, that doesn't mean he completely stops Ruby from doing what she wanted.
For example, Aqua did know that Ruby was going to audition but didn't try to stop her. His love for his siblings surpassed the desire to prevent and scold her. This was natural for a brother to feel. It's obvious by now that Aqua and I want to prevent Ruby from becoming an idol, but it can't be helped if she wishes so strongly to become one. So I needed to find a way to prevent her from going by her own will. Ruby, Aqua. I call out to the arguing twins. My game plan is simple. I will agree on you auditioning on one condition. I look at Ruby in the eyes. You must show that you've gotten better than me using one of Mom's older songs. Let's let Mom, Aqua, maybe the director, and Aunt Miyako be the judges. I only chose the people we were closest with to judge the competition to make sure Ruby sees my intentions clearly. I will not let her become an idol. Call me a hypocrite, but my hate for the entertainment industry will never let me allow Ruby to walk that thorny path. Everyone had a thought after watching Rimuru's performance against Ruby. Impossible. Feelings that have once been forgotten have now resurfaced. Rimuru's talent glowed brightly once more.
Powerful feelings of nostalgia and awe are attacking their minds. It was as if they were to be forced to sit down and watch this performance forever. Praise it, worship it, and hail it as a true talent. Ruby was good, but Rimuru is nothing like her, Miyako commented. The director walked up to Aqua. You don't know how badly I want to put your sister in a film. It's a real goddamn shame I can't do much nowadays. The director scratched his head so much it looked like he was gonna tear off a few strands. Aqua was deeply amazed as well as anyone. I've missed seeing this from her. The feelings she gives as a performer is something the world could have seen. The director raised an eyebrow at Aqua's words but decided not to pry further into it. Amazing. Ruby, you did well, but Rimuru is the winner for me. I clapped as she gave her support to both of her children as a wholesome moment to see. I gave both Rimuru and Ruby a hug, and after everyone else besides the triplets had left, they began their exchanges of words. Ruby, this is my decision. I will not allow you to join that world. Rimuru looked stern, and Ruby merely looked down at the floor. Rimuru and Aqua couldn't see her expression, but that's fine with me. I did this to make you shine, sister. Everything I've said was to make this happen. I was surprised when you proposed this showdown yourself, but this works well for me. Ruby never wanted to enter that path in the first place. In a hushed voice, Ruby let out what seemed like an act of agreeing with Rimuru and Aqua's words. Please wait for me, sister. I will make you rule the world that ruined our mother.